Okay, today on Fitness Friday, we are going to show you that Pilates does not have to be intimidating. Jody Campbell from Presence Fitness is here with some people are going to show us some Pilates, and all you brought was just some mats for Pilates.
That's all they need.
Good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
I think Pilates, you know, a lot of people think of it either, you know, it's really intense.
Yeah.
It's like a different kind of yoga, so it's really intense, or they think about the reformers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that way.
And that's the sweet part about it, is that so many times people come into a class and they're nervous, they're anxious because they don't know what they're walking into. And they've seen the videos, and like obviously social media does a really good job of giving you like a good feeling of Pilates, but it really is about the mobility and the flexibility.
Yeah.
And people have the question of like, well, do we lift still? Do we do It's like your body needs both. And so finding the balance between the two is kind of like what we really talk about. And so
you mentioned the flexibility. In Pilates, are you wanting to do a lot of that for the stretching and to become more flexible? I know like as we age and you know what we're doing, is that a good part of Pilates?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, because you think as you get older, your muscles, your body really starts to deteriorate in a way, but you do things like Pilates, which help to like build the muscles up so that over a period of time, as you get older, those things like your secondary muscles is what Pilates focuses on. So you're working on secondary muscles, which then as you're sitting in a chair when you're young, you know, older, your muscles are like, oh wait, we're not giving out here. We don't need as much help getting up and sitting down.
Yeah, okay. So can you start with just like some basic things that we can do? Because if you have a mat, you at home today, you could be doing this.
Or like a really plush carpet.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, you could even have a carpet.
Yeah, you don't need a mat.
All right, so where do we start? What is a good place to start?
So we'll actually start here up on our feet. Really good thing that we can do is reach your arms above your head. We'll start to pedal the heels out. So then drive your left knee, right knee, just pedaling your heels out one at a time. That's gonna really start to stretch out, one, your hip flexors, but two, also start to stretch out your calf muscles.
And you start to feel it after a minute. You're like, oh, I'm just lifting
at first you're
heels.
like, girl, what are we doing here? And then after that, you're like, oh, wait, it actually gets a little bit stronger. So slowly you're gonna bring your arms down, feet are planted, lower your arms here. Now, one of the big things about Pilates is that you're doing lots of small and slow movements, which is what makes it a little more challenging.
Okay.
Lower the arms here. We're gonna hold your arms straight out in 3, in 2, hold the arms straight out. Now you're gonna send your feet out a little bit wider. So think about shoulder width apart. We're taking this into slow squats. So super slow on the way down.
Every time we gotta do squats.
I just have to like, you know, make sure it's like in your memories. Slowly make your way down, reach your arms all the way out, and then you're gonna slowly come back up. Stand up nice and tall. Now think about squeezing your glutes on the way up. That starts to engage, one, yes, your glutes, but two, your hip flexors. Stand up nice and tall here. All the way down. We're gonna hold it halfway, or like 3.
Of course we are.
In 2. We're holding. Hold it. You're gonna lift your calves, right heel lifts, and then your left heel lifts. This is your calf raise. Now, this is really gonna start to engage, yes, your core, but 2, your outer glutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold it here in 3, in 2, in 1, hold it here. We're gonna lift up to your toes. So hold it just up. Yes, you can. Don't think about it too long. Don't think about it. We're gonna send it down first, squatting back in 3, 2, all the way down first, and then slowly stand back up. So this is where we start to compound those movements. All the way back down, and then we stand nice and tall here. We're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna make our way down to the ground.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
She knows.
Walk with me. So we're gonna take a seat here. This is one of the really incredible things that we do that really starts to help with hip flexors. So Monte is an athlete, Tori's a mom, and both of these work because for them, it's like, yes, as you know, once you have kids, your body shifts in a lot of ways. And so this helps the hip flexors. As an athlete, like you see a lot of injuries that happen. And so things like this, what we call our leg lifts, you're gonna lift your right leg up.
I think about this all the time.
Probably had nightmares,
we should be doing.
Yeah, I bet.
Because you think that you're just like lifting your leg, but when you're actually into it. So when this is difficult, does that mean you need to be doing more work with your hip flexors or more stretching? Yeah. I don't know what the best way was to break it to you, but it's fine. It really is hard.
So we're gonna hold the right leg up here. Hold it. Now this is where we start to find a lot of that quad work. You're gonna pulse this out. Tiny lift and lower. There we go. You got 5 here. You got 3. In 2. We're gonna lower it back down in 1. There we go. Now, quads should be on fire.
They are.
Hip flexors on fire.
Yeah.
But what happens here is that when you stand up and as you're walking throughout the day, you feel your body start to like actually have a little more mobility. And so one of the things that we'll do here is that we'll like lift the leg and we'll do tiny circles. That's the mobility aspect of it.
Okay.
Because now I'm not just able to lift my leg, I'm able to send it out to the left side, right side, things like that.
And these are, like, we're sitting here on the floor. You could be doing this at home while you're watching. You could do it with us. You could just take what? How long should this take you?
I mean, the average class can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
And that's easy to fit in, you know, here and there throughout your week.
Yeah, and we do videos all the time where it's like people just pop in, they do their classes, it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and just give your body that mobility that it needs.
Yeah. Well, if people want to learn more about you, Presence Fitness and all that, how can we find you?
So the easiest way to do it is through my social media. On my Presence page, it's PRSNC. And then we also have my social media page, which is J Campbell.
Well, thank you for being here and doing this with us.
Thanks
we love
for
it. Thank you guys
having
too for
me.
being here. We appreciate it. Thanks.